Our MCAs ya kufanya registration ya ODM. Na sisi, mimi sina shaka Kilifi County iko imara.
On to the next news item. Court Secretary General Francis at the government on what he terms as irresponsible borrowing. Atwoli challenged the government to seek alternative lenders and development partners, saying that the conditions fall for Kenyans.
On depreciation of a shilling, it doesn't reflect the actual economic activities. Goes down the way it is going. Rates go up, everything is going to go up, and the general public will in the country, and confusion in the country, and will not have a government. We must also ask our economists in the government, those in Treasury and Central Bank of Kenya, to appropriately advise the government that overborrowing is dangerous. When people are highly taxed, people resort to applying black market system. Like now, for example, pay bills are known for the purposes of running the same government. Pay bills are known for the purposes of running the same government. So
to empower boy child. The former teacher who founded the church up, Anthony Karimi, the coordinator of the program in church, said host men in every sector.
Here today because we normally have a wonderful program. We put a burden in my heart for the men. The first thing, I am a mother of boys, though God has given me girls family, and if it does not go well with a man, it goes along with the family and it goes along with the community. So I felt the need to empower them. We encourage them. We charge them to take their position as men and also not to give up in life. We know there are many. So I made myself a person who talks for the boy child because I was given boys by God. I would want more programs. In fact, I would like if we can be able to meet in every town, in every area, men meeting together. You know, one of the problems with men is because men don't talk. And sometimes men suffer because they don't share their problems. And so I tell them when women go to groups, they're able to dance, they're able to sing, but men don't go to those groups where there is money and help one another. So sometimes men can just suffer and get sick. But when we meet together, that's why we said when we come here, one of the things we'll do, we'll praise God. We'll dance so that at least one feels good, you know? And they're able to relax, because men normally keep things to their hearts. And because of that, they can die even without sharing their issues. They want to be men and strong and not to share. Well,
Wednesday, been challenged to develop a collaborative working framework between them and the national and county government and other partners to enable them achieve their development agendas. Speaking in Mombasa during a familiarization tour of the Coast Development Authority, Cabinet Secretary Ministry of EAC, ASLs and Regional Development, Penina Malonza, said the government was already working on a policy to implement the framework. According to Malonza, the Regional Development Authority Bill 2023 is currently in the cabinet after undergoing public participation last November.
All right, two things we're doing in that agenda. First is actually, as you know, the authorities came before our current constitution. And so one of the things that we are working on is actually to harmonize and bring along the whole agenda of the participation of the counties, because as you know, the CDS are actually within particular segments, cutting across quite a number of counties. Like you have heard, this one is cutting across 7 counties in this particular region. And so basically, one of the things that we're working on is on the policy that we're trying to harmonize and recognize the participation of not only the counties but also our development partners in the whole agenda of the county development authorities. As you know, they initiate programs that run across all these particular counties, not necessarily on the administration territories or boundaries, but going beyond. And so they are working these integrated programs in several other counties. Again, on the agenda of socio-economic programs that are really geared towards lifting the economy and also the livelihoods of the communities. We're still working on some of the, currently we're working on the post-drought, or what we're calling the drought mitigation programs that are actually more geared towards livelihoods. That's small farm irrigation programs that we are running in this particular region. Yes, it's true that sometimes they receive low funding, and that's why we're coming up with a policy and also a bill that will also see 2 particular things that will happen there. Actually, there are 4 aspects that we're focusing on. One, harmonizing and bringing in the whole participatory space of the other, both the county, the national government and the development partners. But 2, we're looking at resource mobilization strategy, so that they will not only be waiting upon the government, but they will have their own ways of working collaboratively in partnership with other stakeholders, so that they can raise resources to manage some of these programs that are happening within their space. Well, I want to believe is a few things that we've talked about, because if we can't see your work, then why would we budget for you? Why would we give you budget? And one of the things, and I think that was the discussion and why I'm visiting, basically is to find out what is the impact of this CDA in this coastal region, as per their mandate that they were envisioned to perform. And I want to believe they've done quite a lot of work within this space, only that they're not coming out to tell us what they're doing in terms of visibility. And I think that is one thing that we are bringing out strongly in the policy that we are that is already at the cabinet level for approval. One of the things we've suggested there is a communication strategy that needs to come out, so that we understand what gap are they filling, and are they within the mandate that they were positioned for. And more so, also looking at number 2, resource mobilization strategy, because let me tell you this, we have so many needs. As you know, we are a developing country, and we have quite a number of needs that we need to begin working on. And we don't have those resources at this moment. And progressively, even as they get money from Exchequer, we're looking at other ways of mobilizing resources outside the government. And that's why I've told them that this year will be a year of collaborations and partnerships, where we're looking outside the box.
And on to our final news item. A microfinance in Migori County has been accused of defrauding Migori residents over 10 million, promising to give them dividends after saving. According to Migori County Police Commander Francis Nguli, a microfinance by the name Smartline has been suspected of having defrauded more than 3,000 individuals, more than 10 million, in the pretense that they will be given dividends amounting to 3 times of what they have saved. The suspect, believed to be the branch manager of the microfinance, was rescued by the police from the angry mob at the farm premises in Migori town and was arraigned in court on Wednesday to face the charges of forgery and pretense. Migori Law Court Senior Principal Magistrate Ms. Naomi Wairimo granted the police 14 days to conclude their investigation.
We are here because of one issue of defrauding residents of Migori, a report which was made to us yesterday by one of the victims who was defrauded among quite a number of residents of Migori, who are totaling now to 3,000 or more. These residents were defrauded by a certain microfinance within the town, actually by the name Smartline Limited as a company of that microfinance. So they defrauded these members of the public an amount totaling to 10 million Kenya shillings in the pretense that they were to be paid dividends amounting to almost 3 times of what were paid by those residents. And yesterday they came. Yesterday, it was 23rd, they came to those offices demanding to be paid the dividends. Actually, they may have been promised that they were to come and be paid the dividends, which did not happen. So, after getting the report, police rushed there and came to the situation because of what the residents were very hungry. They were not happy because of the promises after depositing the amount individually, not collectively. And as we talk, we arrested one person who is purported to be the branch manager of that microfinance, and today the same person was arraigned in court, in Migori Law Court, to face the charges of forgery as it was claimed by the complainants. So already the person was arraigned in court to assist us with the investigation, and I think the court has given a direction that we are given more days to complete our investigation, because as we speak, the directors who are for that company, that microfinance, they are trying to go in their hideouts, but that is not a problem on our side. What we are pleading with the directors, they better come out and assist us with this investigation. The case is being handled by the DCI officers, and we shall go to the root cause why these residents of our county, Migori, were defrauded by these people purporting to be assisting the residents. So what I can say is that the public, can they be very much alert? Anything that may be bringing some issues which is suspicious, they better bring to the attention of security officers, because we shall intervene before it can go to that far, and we shall not watch any member of the public in this county to have such unlawful dealings within our county.
Now, let's shift our focus and focus on sports news.